Hi everyone, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping in. I'm Rena, and in today's Boxes of Deals, I'm going to do a full face of Tarte Cosmetics. For the foundation today, I'm going to do the Maracuja Tinted Hydrator. I do not have a Tarte primer, so I already used, what did I use? A Rodial. So the Maracuja, I get the light neutral 20 in. I'm going to do it on the back of my hand. And this is the buffer brush, and it is amazing. I am in love with this brush. It's perfect for your foundation. It's fairly dense, but yeah, it spreads it so smoothly. I use this more often than I use a makeup sponge. So I'll just apply it first, and then we'll blend it in. The nice thing about this brush is that it can make a little go a long way. It only needed a little bit to do my whole face. And I feel like it's, even though it's a tinted moisturizer, I feel like it does medium to full coverage. You could build it up more, but this is definitely not just like a tinted moisturizer, general tinted moisturizer coverage. I feel like it covered a lot of my brown spots there. So I really like it. It feels like nothing's on. It feels very natural. It feels just like I just applied a moisturizer. It doesn't feel cakey. It feels or greasy. It feels smooth. It is a little tacky, but that might be because of what I have underneath. But I would have to try it again without the primer that I use. But we can always do a powder over it. The only powder I have is an old one. This is the Amazonian clay, and it's actually a foundation. So I don't think I'll use that because I feel like it would be too much and too dark. So I might just use a different powder. I have not purchased a Tarte setting powder. So then we'll do a concealer as well as an under eye brightener. So I'll use the under eye brightener first. So this is they're minis. They're the Shape Tape Corrector. And I have the shade Peach. So that'll just kind of brighten up the under eye with the dark circles. The peach kind of counteracts it. I don't have a Tarte concealer brush. I did have another Tarte brush, but I don't, it must be in with my stash that I need to clean. I feel like that blended in very nicely. You can't tell. Usually I would do that ahead of the foundation, but I didn't. So the creamers, the concealers, of course they have the Shape Tape, the regular Shape Tape. I have a mini of that as well. I don't have any of their full size except for this one. They do have this one available as well. This is the Maracuja Creamy. I love this one. It feels, well, creamy. Excuse me. It doesn't cake up. Then, of course, they have the regular Shape Tape. They have Shape Tape Radiant. And then they have the Ultra Creamy. This one, did I call it creamy? It's called Creaseless. So that one is very nice. But we won't use that today. I already have the stuff under my eyes. So I'm going to use the regular Shape Tape as eye primer. I couldn't think. It makes an excellent eye primer. Probably any of them would, but I know that the regular one does for sure. I'll use that same concealer brush. to blend that in. Yeah, so it feels a little creamy, very slightly tacky, but not so tacky that you can't blend a nice powder shadow. So I think it'd be good for either the powder shadow or, you know, build it up to make it for more like glittery shadows, I guess. Before we do the shadow, we'll go ahead and do the cheek products. So they have this one called, I need my glasses. These are the blush tapes. Let's see what it's called. Yeah, just blush tape. I have the full size. This is the full size of pink. Oh, right there. And then I have the mini of peach. So I'll show you how those both look. You just squeeze it and it has the little sponge and you just kind of squeeze a little bit and it comes out like that. You can put as much or as little. It blends out nicely, or you could use this to blend it out, but I blend it out with my fingers or a brush. See, then you can barely see it. This one looks like it would be a beautiful highlighter. So that's the peach. I'll build it up so you can see it with more color to make it look more like a blush. So yeah, it's definitely very peach. And again, more like a highlighter. But if you wanted a more buff, beige, nude type of blush, then that would be good for that. And then I'll show you the pink. That one also would be a beautiful highlighter or blush liner. You just buff that out and those look like that. Very shiny. So definitely a highlighter or a blush lighter. That's the blush tape. So they are very shimmery. They also have the Maneater brush and blush. I think this thing is huge. Look at it compared to, say, a concealer. It's big. Bigger than these. This is called their Blush and Glow Cheek Plump. I was trying to see if I could read which shade I got. I can't read it. Let me see if I can read it in the camera. Coral. Okay, I can read it there. So this one is Coral. That's the applicator, the doe foot. It's pretty medium size. And I would just use a dot like that. We'll blend that out. That one is creamy. It's like a kind of a blush balm. You build it up. So it's very moisturizing. You could always put a powder over it if you don't want it to be shiny. It's just, you know, dewy, but you can build that up or, you know, have just a nice flush. So that one can be very light. Again, that one is Coral. They also have the Maracuja, what's it called? Juicy Blush. I have this is the full size. I have the one in Big Ego because it matches their Big Ego mascaras. And it is a very bright pink. It does have the mirror, but it's not as bright as you would think by looking at it. That's what it looks like, and it's very creamy. So we'll put that there, but then we'll blend that in. And it can be very light, or you can build it up. And again, that one is creamy. That one I feel like is, like this one still feels a little bit on the oily side. This one feels like it can blend right into the skin and not feel creamy or like it's gonna move around, if that makes sense, especially if you put a powder over it. And then last, I have the powder. This one's a mini. I thought I had a full size of one of these, but I guess I don't. This one is in the shade Party Dress. It's kind of a peachy tone. I love it. It's beautiful. And these are very smooth. It's on this finger. And we're going to swatch that right here. So you can build it up. You can also use a powder over one of the creams if you want to just give it a little more oomph. So those are some of the blush options. So I'm going to do the Maneater and then we'll put the powder over it later. So just a couple dots like that. Get a blush brush and just kind of dab it in. Such a beautiful color. Again, this one is coral. Just a nice neutral pink. It blends in so beautifully. You could also build that up and add a little more, but I'm not going to because I'm going to do the powder over it. Just a hint of color there. The only bronzer I have from Tarte, actually, and I didn't even realize, is the Park Princess. And that one is old. I don't think they sell it still. You might be able to find it on Mercari. That's about it. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of that. Okay. Right now I'm going to do a setting powder, but like I said, I don't have a Tarte setting powder. I don't want to use the foundation powder because I feel like it would be too dark. So I'm just going to use the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder, and it's the pink one. That's my current favorite. I like the pink because I feel like it just kind of brightens up your face. Now we're going to go in with the powder blush. Ignore my hair while I'm applying all of this. We're going to take that same dense blush brush. Okay. For the highlighter, this is the Tarte Lit Chrome Paint. And that's the only Tarte highlighter I have. I'm really surprised. When I was gathering my Tarte products, I knew I had almost everything, but I didn't realize that I only had one highlighter and then the old bronzer. So I'm going to take the fluffy brush. It's kind of a powder to cream, if that makes sense. So I'll swatch it right here for you, just like that. So you can use your fingers. It is very shiny, but I'm going to use a brush so that it's not so intense. That's buffed out. So it could be an eyeshadow too, but I'm going to use a fluffy brush so it's very light. I'm going to dab it on my hand first. Like that. There we go. A great inner corner as well, even though I usually do that last. But while it's on my fingers still. And then brow bone. All right. So I think that highlighter is beautiful. All right. Now for the eyeshadow. This one's a Glamazon Tarte Lip palette. It's this size and has the mirror here and looks like this. It's a perfect travel companion. I love this one, so that's probably what I'll use today. And then I also have from past sales, this one is absolutely adorable. It's called Sweet Tart Craving. The mirror up there. Look how cute that is. And I have a Maneater 9-pan. But I also have the Tarte Maneater. I think these are amazing purchases. If you can get those on sale, it is worth it. They're beautiful. So they have, the original one was the Tarte Maneater After Dark. There's your mirror, and these are the shades. So kind of browns with some rose thrown in and a green. Kind of yellow tones and orange. Very pretty. And then this one, the purple one, I love the packaging on these. This one is called Maneater Nightfall. I don't even know if these are available on their site anymore. I would assume they are, but they might not be. So if you ever find these on sale anywhere, that's worth it. So more brown and orange tones, but with a little more green and blues thrown in. Beautiful. I think I'm going to stick with this little mini here. Simple. So I'll take kind of a beige right here for my base. And in the crease, I'll be fast forwarding through a lot of these just so I'm not taking up a lot of your time. I like to go like just above the crease. Then we'll deepen that up on the outer corners with this brown right here. It's not very dark, but we'll still use that. It's good enough. And then I'll bring it down like this for a lower lid. I'm going to add some purple there. I'm wiping the brush in between. And I'm going to do this purple all over the lid and even over the brown to kind of deepen that up. The bottom one looks like this, and then this one's this one, and then got the little bright one there. So I think I'll do the deeper one in the middle, kind of almost to the outer, right there. So you could barely see it, but it's just gives a little bit right there. Then I'm going to take a medium shade right in the middle, just kind of blending over that one a little bit. So we're going to just layer. And last, we'll take the brightest one for the inner corner. And blend that into the other. And that's what it looks like. So I used all 6 colors in the palette. Easy, beautiful, just blending, beautiful, so easy to apply and compact to travel with. Love that one. These are my favorite type of tones too, with the plums and softer browns like that, plummy browns. All right, then they do have some eyeliners available. This one is one of the ones that I have. It's the Tarte Double, what is it called? I need my glasses again. This is the Tarte Double Take. This is the liquid side, and then this is, so they have the liquid eyeliner on one side. Very precise. Nice big pointy guy there. And then they have the pencil liner on the other side, and you just twist up. I don't normally wear black eyeliners, but I will for this one. And then this is another one they have, and it's the Quick Stick. And I have the one that has the black eyeliner on one end. A little bit bigger than this pencil. It looks like a little bit thicker, but not much. And then a eyeshadow crayon on this side. Looks like that. It's kind of a rose gold. Very pretty. That would be perfect for inner corner as well. So we'll just do a bit of the black and kind of smudge a little bit. And just kind of smudge that in. And then we're going to do the rose gold side for my waterline, the lower lash line. Give it a bit of pop. You can't really see it that much, but that's okay. And then we'll smudge in some black on the bottom too. Just along the lash line there. This one's messy. I don't really care for it. All right, so I went ahead and applied my mascara because I wanted to show you the difference. I did Big Ego on this eye and Maneater mascara on this eye. So I'll show you up close to see if you can tell a difference. But in my opinion, so this is the Big Ego. And I did 2 coats for both. And I feel like this one is more volumizing, I guess. It looks fuller. And this one, I feel like it gave it some length, but it also, what's the word I'm looking for? It grabbed onto every lash better than this one did. Like, this looks full, but this one looks more defined, I guess, if that makes sense. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think of the difference. Or can you tell a difference? All right, then I went ahead and applied one of the lip glosses. This one is, for the lips, they have lots of choices, and they're all the Maracuja ones. This one is Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. And what I'm wearing is the shade Rosy Mauve Shimmer. So that's what I have on right now. I love how juicy it is. Slick, not sticky, and it gives that extra shine. And I felt like it's the rosy mauve, and it made my lips the natural, just brought out the natural color more, I feel like, and gave it a little more of a mauve tone. But I'm going to wipe that off so I can show you one of the lip creams, or lipstick rather. This is the lipstick, Maracuja Juicy Lipstick, and the shade that we're gonna do today, I forget, is, I think it's Hibiscus. Yes, hibiscus. So it's kind of a mauve tone. So this also makes a good lip primer. Because my lips feel moisturized, so even as I wipe it off, now it's all primed and ready for a lipstick. I thought it would be a little more mauve than that. It looks almost like a red tone. So there's that one. So the lipstick, it feels almost like you put a lip oil on, but not like greasy. It just feels smooth and velvety. It has a satin look to it. So that's the lipstick. And I'm going to wipe that one off and do the lip cream. And the lip cream I'm going to do is in the shade Fig. And that's more of a natural kind of nude pink. Oh, rosy pink, but on the nude side. A warm nude, I guess. That one's a little silkier than the lipstick. It has a little more shine. That one's really pretty. The Lip Plump and the Lip Juicy Lips, like this. This is more of a lip gloss. The only difference really between this and the Lip Plump is that the Lip Plump has that minty, plumpy feeling to it. So it doesn't have a stinging or tingling. It's more of a minty cooling type. So the other one that I tried, the Rosy Mauve, you saw. And this one's a little bit deeper. This one is in the shade Honeysuckle. Looks like this. So that's the Lip Plump. And with these ones and the Juicy Lips, oops, like this, the button just raises it because it is almost a lip oil, but in a solid form. You just click it a couple times. So I'm going to apply it over the lip cream. And it's, yeah, very minty. So that gave it just a little more shine. Very similar in color. I'll swatch it. So it's a kind of a nude brown. Very nice. So that's my final look. What do you think? I love Tarte products. I know some people are hit and miss. So I realized that I don't really have, I mean, I have the one highlighter and it's gorgeous. It's just very intense. I mean, it can be. I tried to apply it lightly, but you can still see that it is very glowy. So I wouldn't mind trying another of their highlighters and another newer bronzer. And I will definitely link each product that I used today so that you can go check it out. So what did you think? What would your favorite product have been that I used today? And let me know if you have tried or you haven't tried Tarte products and what your favorites might be if you have them. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Have a great week. Bye.